Back with us here on Power Breakfast, and we now have our research team joining in with how the trade setup looks like, the stocks that are likely to be in the news, as well as the setup on the F&O side. Well, we are back after a midweek holiday, and there were plenty of developments that took place over Tuesday evening and through the course of the day on Wednesday. And for our own markets, the biggest development that came in was that much awaited SEBI circular from the F&O space. And then it led, on the global front, we saw the tensions between Iran and Israel escalate as well. And as a result, the rebound that was seen in oil prices, which we just spoke about earlier in the show. And there was no significant reaction to this in the US markets, as we just saw. But on Wednesday, Chris Wood of Jefferies reduced his weightage on India by 1 percentage point and called global uncertainty, these geopolitical risks, as the biggest risk for the global equity markets, although Chris Wood still remains overweight on the Indian markets. Now, what happened on Tuesday? It was a pretty listless session for our own markets, looking at heading into a midweek holiday. Both the Nifty and the Nifty Bank ended at the flat line, and if you can see the intraday charts, both of them look very similar. Opened higher, could not sustain at the highs, and then continued to trade around the flat line in some very choppy moves, as it was also the weekly expiry of the Nifty Bank, both the Nifty and the Nifty Bank ending at the flat line. October in general has been a good month for the Nifty. 4 out of the last 5 years, barring that last year, has been positive for our own markets, but we have plenty of factors to deal with, as the GIFT Nifty is also suggesting a gap down for our own markets. The important level on the upside for the Nifty, of course, is 26,000, which it has struggled to cross. Now that we are going to open gap down, it remains to be seen whether we'll see some support from the lower end at around 25,500 or 25,400 levels. And for the Nifty Bank as well, it's the options expiry today for the Nifty. Business updates continue as usual, and we'll see if there is a reaction to these F&O norms as well. For now, it's a 250 point downtick is what the GIFT Nifty is indicating. Heading over to Winnie now, who would list out the stocks that you need to watch out for. Winnie, good morning. What's on your list?
Good morning. I'm going to start with some of the pharma companies today. We have Aurobindo Pharma that we're keeping an eye out on. They received a final approval for manufacturing and marketing of Cefalenix tablets. Now, this is they've received a 180-day shared exclusivity in this drug, and this is a competitive generic therapy designation drug that has been granted to them. So yes, keeping an eye out on that. Expected to be launched in Q3 FY25. Zydus Life also in focus. They've received a tentative approval for a drug that is used for treating castration-resistant prostate cancer. So keeping an eye out on that one. Ashoka Buildcon received 2 letters of awards worth around 1,264 crores from MMRDA for designing, construction, and 2 creek bridges that they will be building. So on the back of that, Ashoka Buildcon could see a bit of an up move. We have Dabur that's in focus on the back of its Q2 updates. Not an exciting update that's come in. Mid-single-digit decline is what one is expecting in terms of consolidated revenue. Not much of a positive commentary that we're seeing there, so keep an eye on that. Hero Motor on the other side reported a good September auto sales number. So two-wheeler continues to shine. They beat the street estimate, and overall total sales were up by around 25% on a month-on-month basis and approximately 19% on a year-on-year basis. BSC, Angel One, IFL Securities, 5paisa, all of these are going to be in focus after SEBI has decided to increase those contract sizes in the index derivative side. So keeping an eye out on that. Marico also on the back of its Q2 update is going to be in focus. Strong update that came in from Marico. Sector witnessed stable demand trends is what the company highlighted. Rural sentiment improving as well as revenue growth remained in high single digit. And VMart Retail also in focus on the back of strong Q2 updates, 20% growth in terms of overall consolidated revenue.
Business updates coming in thick and fast. We'll keep an eye out on all of these names. Winnie, thanks a lot for that. Finally, heading over to Mangalam with cues from the F&O space. Mangalam, good morning. It does not look like a very good morning for our own markets.
Well, if you're a bear, it's a great morning. If you're a bull, not particularly. You know, that's what they say about bull markets. Typically climbs balls of worry. And today we have a few of them. The first one, most importantly, over the holiday, we did get escalating Israel-Iran tensions. So that is one of the walls of worry that we'll be tracking. It's Nifty weekly options expiry today. Add to that, speaking about F&O, the SEBI's circular finally was released. This is with regards to tightening the F&O norms. And then you had a Q2 dampener coming in from Dabur in terms of demand. So we have a bunch of hurdles to track in today's trading session, and as a result of which the GIFT Nifty right off the bat is down about 300 points. We'll keep an eye out on that. Over the last couple of trading sessions, the FIs have been selling in the cash market. 2 trading sessions in particular, they've sold almost $2 billion, so nearly 6,000 crores sold on Tuesday's trading session as well. The domestic institutional investors buying around 4,600 crores. Also, in the index future space, over the last 2 trading sessions, the FIs have sold almost 3,200 crores. 1,500 crore worth sale is what we saw on Tuesday as well, with 14,000 long contracts being unwound and 6,000 short contracts being added. The FIs, well, they're still net long on the index futures to the tune of 79%. It's come down from about 81.5% in the last 3 trading sessions. And an absolute level, it's down by almost 40,000 contracts on the long side. Yes, the clients, the HNI retail investors are buying in, the FII selling, but then too, they are still net short to the tune of almost 62%, which has reduced from about 66%. So that's an important trend to track as well. For expiry today, the 25,600 put has been extremely active, telling you 25,550 to 25,600 could be some support. But, the GIFT Nifty indication is something that we'll have to track for. On the way up, there is resistance around that 25,890 to 25,900 itself. The 20-day moving average comes into picture today for both the Nifty as well as the Nifty Bank. So we'll keep an eye out on that. And we have a couple of stocks that we will watch out for too. Birlasoft has entered FNO ban and Balrampur Chini has exited FNO ban.
Important levels. Mangalam, thanks a lot for that update. Almost 300 points now on the GIFT Nifty on the downside. Time for